Hey, it's prime. We're 3 balls in, then we 3 balls out. We all up on your screens like it's prime time's route. Mighty gets a scoring. Oh, and PJ start to scout. Your rhyme's really trash. What do you think he's damn fouls? TB out the show, so buckle down, sit back. And Jay we trust, cause he's the leader of the pack. It's prime, Jupiter.
This is TBI 3 balls in alongside Davo Logan. It's PJ's once again. League week number 1 actually kind of happened. Week 5 in the books. And here we are, the 3 of us back in our place. Thank you, Logan, for hosting. Thank you, Bosch, last week for hosting a pre-Thanksgiving meal. If you haven't checked out the last episode, I highly recommend it. Some good menu ideas. And of course, thank you, Steve-O, for all the help you did last week as well. And for sort of impersonating Davo for about 30 seconds. That was much appreciated. But let's talk about Jubal, because we had Davo a extremely momentous occasion yesterday.
Logan was on the field?
Logan was on the field. But in addition to that, we finally had League Week number 1, which actually might extend into multiple weeks. But we had the first game of leagues played, a game in which you played in. Please, Davo, take the microphone here. Tell us about this game. Give us a little rundown and a little recap.
Well, I'm going to try to be my most impartial self that I could be, but Bob kicks ass. It was a great game. Prey is just on another level. Like I've been saying for a while, he deserves the ability to win the MVP again, even though it's the second time. I know that's like not in the Jubal rules that you're allowed to, but I mean, in my personal opinion, I think he's already on track for it. Bop came to play. I know some people said that they might have had trouble with a lot of injuries, but thank God we had all the players on the field. It was great to see.
Well, you had Prime, right? He's in town for a little bit. You had Avery back, which was huge, right? To see that he's back and healthy. Hey, continue, please.
Oh my God, Avery is so good.
You had Ernie out there, who seems like that injury text that he put out maybe was a little
fugazi.
Yeah.
That has the smell of Dax in the third from last year.
Yeah, they're about the same players. But we had a good game plan. We played. Yonio is Iceman, whatever you want to call him. I'm not gonna say he's a steal at 5, but I think this guy is about to run away with Rookie of the Year again. Unbiased. He's just.
For those who don't know, Yonio is his brother-in-law. If you haven't figured that out. Okay, continue.
Fantastic. I think 2 touchdowns, an extra point, a pick, tremendous defense. But one of the best things about the game, besides Zin's, might have been one of the greatest catches I've ever seen. Football, period, NFL, college, etc. Snow being back on the field.
Oh, that's huge.
Threw for 4 touchdowns in the end of the game. Threw for like 6 touchdowns before to his own team, and it's just good. It's a good feeling to have him back on the field and to know that the Crocs have the chance to compete.
All right, so set us up for you. Bop versus the Crocs. Let's talk about the line battle, right? You had the line of Putty and Tom versus DK and Davo.
I think it was a pretty good battle between the both of us. Both sides, correct. We each got a couple sacks. DK got 2 straight sacks, and then I think Tabak came in on a blitz for. I think we had 3 straight sacks in a row.
Wow.
In a row.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. How about a 3 and out?
That's fair.
Almost as good as an interception. But I listen. Kuti is great. Tom is great. Dobbs is an animal. DK is an animal. And I was just there, minding my own business,
watching.
So you're saying
I should have taken videos
on the field.
Listen, no one else did. I mean, like 12 people standing on the sidelines, and no one could take a video. But
yeah, shame on the sidelines.
Yeah, especially Zin's in the game, he could probably manage his throwing and playing at the same time.
It would at least even the playing field.
Oh, for sure. All right, Davo. Final score of that game:
50-26 or 27.
All right.
Depends who you ask.
So an 8-4 victory, and those of you who are used to the old school Jew ball, 8-4 victory.
A lot of missed points.
A lot of mixed extra points. Thank you, your own. Let's turn over to the game you played in, right? Like you got the returning Zezi literally off a plane back in America after doing all the chesed he's done in Israel to help out soldiers, comes in here. I don't say did a chesed for Jubal coming back and playing. Talk to us about that game.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was great to see Zez back on the field. Zez had a great game. He ran for a touchdown. He threw a strike to legs. Beautiful both pass and catch. But at the end of the day, Mighty does mighty things, and at a certain point, he just decided he was going to take over that game, and that really was it. He played unbelievable, 3 touchdowns, the pick. Like I'm sure he'll get the Jew ball, and ended up 3-2 in favor of Yaron. But that was all Mighty, and quite frankly, Yaron had a great team. He had guys like Waldo, he had Gronk, he had viable options, and just Mighty after time and time again, it was Mighty, and
we had some
with no real answers for that.
We had some question marks about Yaron going into the season. Just in general about leagues, but we're seeing right now a Yaron who could not win the first 3 weeks to get himself going. And now his touchdown to interception ratio is pretty solid at this point, where it was, looking not so great a couple weeks ago. He's got those touchdown numbers up. He's looking much better. And we're looking like, maybe Yaron and his team, the Lionhearts, can get something going based on his play. The other game was Perla versus Prey. Prey coming off the big victory, comes in and does what, Davo?
Does Prey things.
No
footage. We're just sitting here trying to get some footage. But I think at the end, Prey and Zin closed out the game with a 5-4 victory over Perla, who hung in there, even though his team might not have been as good apart from the randomizer. But I'm just excited for.
So let's change topics here. I want to go back to the league game because I think it's very, very important we talk about this. And is Bop really this good, or are the Crocs kind of just not there yet, Logan?
So I mean, when we draft night, thinking back, great night. Our biggest critique of Bop was not that they didn't have a good team. It's that we were nervous that they couldn't feel like 3 of their almost biggest contributors, Prime, Ivry, and Ernie, were big question marks, right? We don't know when Prime's going to be here on any given Sunday. Ivry's back, or any other injuries are questionable. And then Ernie, we thought going into the season was done. That may have been misleading information. I'm not saying he was on purpose or not, but who knows, right? But as a side note, we're glad that he's not injured. And
100% happy he's back.
Just to be clear,
we're
thrilled.
Our sus around.
Our biggest critique of Prey was not that he had a bad team, but that he had 3 big question marks on players.
I'm just saying,
who would be big contributors.
Thought that Ernie would be playing more games than the 2 of us combined at this point.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like the way that diagnosis came through, we thought it was like he was done for the season. Anyway, but my point is, so again, our critique was that he drafted players who had question marks in terms of availability. But if they're all on the field, that's a ridiculous team. Plus, Prey is probably playing his best ball of the year.
He's back and healthy, year away from the injury.
Correct.
So he's feeling good.
So I don't think this is so much of a Crocs big question mark. They have issues. I think that give Snow a couple more weeks. He's going to get back into it. He's going to become better. He's not going to throw the same picks. He's that team's going to get better.
Also,
but this is just Birds of Prey just have a solid team, better than solid. Have a great team, top to bottom, when everyone's there.
This isn't a knock on Snow. We kind of talked about this a few weeks ago in the sense that how many games does Snow need to play in order to consider himself maybe like a comeback player of the year? But I think more than that is, when was the last time Snow played? Week 1.
Right.
Snow has not been out there. And I love Dove. Everyone knows Dove and I go way back. I mean, everyone goes way back with Dove. But I'm just saying, I go way back with Dove. This is not a knock on Snow.
Right.
But this is the reality. Your team needs you to be out there more. Because not just the continuity with your players, but you need to get the continuity with playing. There's a certain level of Jubal that is just, if you're not playing enough of it, this is something that I think guys see, which is why it takes a while to get yourself into a season. Like Yaron is now off to a good start after the bad start. It takes time to ease yourself in. What's your thoughts?
I'll just say one more thing on Snow is just, it's not only knowing your players, but also knowing the other team's players. You know what I mean? Like figuring out where the weakness is in the defense. And again, it'll come with time. I know Snow knows football. I know he's going to get there, but it's a question of when he'll get there. Sorry, Dave, you go.
No, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, he has time to really like get back into it, but we're already quarter way through the season.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's so fast already. I thought it was like the third episode of TBI. Apparently, we're the way through the season. He has the ability to do it. We know he could play. Like you said, he needs to have the chemistry, continuity with his players.
Yeah.
But again, it's also a lot of muscle memory. He needs to start throwing and getting. He comes on Tuesday nights, throws the ball around, talks, schmoozes, watches everything. But again, I think a couple more games under his belt. There's still a long season, still 15 weeks plus bowl games. I think they'll be fine. And so far, as I think we all three voted that league should be abolished, I think League Week 1, Part 1.
League Week 1, Game 1.
has
Of 3.
Up there.
Right.
has been a success. And I think
It's a fair point.
even from the Crocs standpoint, they don't think that they're out.
No.
No, yeah,
That's
definitely
what I'm saying. Like
right, they still believe in their team, right? It's not. This is not a. There's been other teams in the past that you
Right.
could see some. I don't want to call it mutiny, but like the team felt like they weren't all bought in. Crocs are still bought in.
And
It's just one game.
And also, and the advantage that Crocs has over anybody else is that if Snow's not feeling it at any time, his backup quarterback is one of the most talented players who's ever played in Jubal.
Right.
So it's not like if you ever have a bad, every quarterback has one bad game, right? I think with Snow's reputation is that of a really good quarterback. I think when you have someone like Zinn, who's also got a great reputation, you're not, again, I think Snow's the starting quarterback. I'm not trying to create a controversy there, but I think you have that advantage where you can always hand the ball over to somebody else or do trickery and do trick plays. Again, speaks to having more continuity and collaboration with your players. But I think that Crocs, like everyone else, they're still in it. 0-1 does not mean anything.
Yeah.
I believe the Roll Tide were 0-1 last year and then did not lose a single game after that. So there you go. You never know what can happen.
Does every team make the playoffs or only 4?
Yeah, I don't think that's been decided yet.
That's insane. How has that not been decided?
I don't think
That
that's
has
been
to be
decided.
decided.
it should be 4.
I think it.
I
Should
would
be
agree.
I think it should be all 6, and the top
Oh,
2 teams
four,
get a bye.
No,
No.
I hear that.
Top 2 teams get a bye.
First of all, we don't need a bye
Why not?
Because we can barely fill weeks. We can have a bye until June.
No, I think there's a
because you know what we do during a bye?
The
We
top
play
team
football.
No, but my point is that the top team should not
Automatically makes it the second round.
correct. Automatically make the second. There should be some. Again, we've had top teams knocked out in the first, except for last year. We've had top teams knocked out in the first round.
Or there's only 2 rounds.
Right. Meaning you,
And this way, because again, if I don't have to worry about playoffs, everyone makes the playoffs.
then league weeks don't matter.
Right.
I agree with you.
They
Don't worry.
matter for seeding, and
But who
you want
cares?
to get that first round bye.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because you would have
wanna
automatically
play
be in the second
football.
round. Yeah, you can still play football, but then you know
Right.
you have a week where all your players are there.
I think I love teams not
And-
making
and
it.
wait.
I think that like raises the stakes. If you know
Correct.
you
I
didn't make the playoffs, I hear what you're saying, PJ, but I think if like your team may not make the playoffs, all of a sudden regular seasons matter way more than just seeding.
Can
They
you-
matter of making the playoffs.
Can you imagine we come down to the last game of the leagues,
Right.
and it's the bottom. It's the two.
It's the
it's
five
it's
versus
bottom
right.
of the night.
It's
No, it's like
the
4 versus 5. Right.
and they have the same record, and they're playing for that last playoff.
That's gonna be a hell of
That's
a
the
game.
game.
That's the game you want to watch. And that's the game we need Jordan videoing for us.
Or what if it's one
We're
versus?
playing.
Or what if it's one versus? And what if it's 1 versus 4 and 3 versus 5? Let's say.
Right. And 4 could get
Yeah.
knocked out. Right,
Correct.
exactly.
Correct.
One may not be playing for anything, but
It-
4 is. Or
It puts
I hear.
life back into regular season games.
Yeah.
So you're saying do not let everyone make the playoffs.
correct. But
Interesting.
even more important than that, this has to be decided before the next league game is played. Like captains get together. We know you got to chat. Like PJs do something. Like all we need. Like you cannot have a league where like we're playing games and you don't know how many teams make the playoffs. It's absurd.
But I kind of like the idea of everybody making the playoffs. I hear your perspective.
Well, then everyone should win the championship too.
That's all going to Doma. There you go.
It has to be decided. Like, come on, like,
It's
just
up to them.
decide. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But decide now. Don't wait till your own can cheat later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just asking for disaster.
I hear.
Obviously, Crocs won every team to make it, and Buck only won 4. But like,
right, I hear you.
Let's just decide now. I can't believe this hasn't been decided.
I hear
Sorry.
you.
Anyway,
yeah, David, what do we have to do this week?
We have to subscribe. We have to watch Tuesday Night Football. Come on down. We have to send big prayers out to Jay. Heal up. And to the rest of the cronies, also heal up. We have to
sign up.
Maybe a league week, maybe not a league week. We don't know because that just happened.
Either way, sign up.
We have to make a decision. 4 teams or 6 teams. I'm looking at you, captains.
And by the way, bring it to the chat, boys. Let's make this happen.
We have to subscribe. And don't forget, the Shook is coming this weekend, November 18th and 19th. This is Jordan's baby, guys. Don't disappoint him. We need this. Am Yisrael Chai.
Either come out to support Israel or come see Jordan on Percocet. Either way, it is worth showing up.
Definitely.
Wait a second. Saturday night,
Sunday,
and Sunday. This coming Saturday night and Sunday. Either way, show support, volunteer, come out, give some cash to people who need it.
Davo, what are we?
We are subscribing to 3 Balls In.
And we are now 3 balls out. Have a great week, everybody.
Work.
To submit your videos for Expose Yourself. If
we're done with that, Logan.
Expose yourself. And don't forget.
Can you imagine someone's watching TBI? No, not imagine. When they are watching TBI.
I cannot imagine anyone watching this.
And if someone walks by behind and they hear expose yourself. Yeah, that's going to go over well.
Listen, at this point, most of our viewers have already watched off. But guys,
hold on a second. That reminds me, that brings us to this week's Hug of the Week.
Biggie, take it away.
Fantastic. He deserved it tremendously.
Biggie, you killed it. And that segues nicely into the Praymaker of the Week.
Pray, take it away.
Guys,
my gosh, Pray.
Pray. Oh, Pray. What a freaking video. That video. Do you guys see it up there?
Wait.
There.
We have our guest of the week. Let's bring in our guest. Our first guest of the season goes to
Ben. Oh, except Beast. He doesn't know that it exists. He's not going.
I hope we do that wedding at Doma. Oh, we should totally do that.
I don't know. It could be a Woodward Country Club.
By the way, TBI hosting the live wedding. Let's do it. You got Rabin officiating the wedding. Who would have thought Rabin and Beast up on the wedding?
That would be together? Unbelievable. By the way, that might be a great moment. The seating charts could be the drunks versus the highs. That would really be.
I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of both.
Yeah,
especially in Jubal, there's a lot of in both beer.
That's right. Can you imagine if in the middle, Rabin goes, "All right, you may kiss the bride," and Beast turns around, "Yo, Rabin, shut your head." That would be amazing.
Look,
that would be amazing. All right, anyways, I digress.
If there is a group that could put together a great wedding, it would be Jubal.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we have the ability. We have everything.
We got the food. We got the singers.
We got everything.
We got the booze.
We have the labeled and unlabeled goods. Like we have everything you need for a great wedding.
All right. It's never like you're out of it because okay, I'll just make a switch of quarterback, and I'm not. I think Snow's longevity and Snow's ability and Snow's repertoire and his what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but you've named a bunch.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. Yeah, think of it.
I don't give me a letter.
R.
Honestly, I don't remember what you're saying.
Snow's rhetoric? Snow's repertoire? Reputation. That's the word you were looking for?
That's the word I was looking for.
All right, let's back up. Where were we?
Thank you, Bosch, last week. You good?
I love that you always say it to me, but never to Dave.
Because we're not at Davo's right now.
No, but when we are at Davo's.
You know what? Maybe if you would have thanked me, you would have came over again.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
We thanked you like the first 2 times.
I find it funny because keep going. Sorry, that's my fault. You want to start again?
No, we'll take over there.
The real question. Jordan dropped this earlier in the week. So this coming Sunday, is Beast playing quarterback?
Hey, you know what?
That's what Jordan said.
You know what? Who knows?
Out.
All right. So
we're 3 balls in and we 3 balls out. We all up on your screens like it's prime time sprout.